Hey everybody, Ken's going to give us a quick review on the PSE Stealth Mach 1. I've been shooting this since October of last year and I've been really impressed with the bow. Ken just got a hold of one and I've asked him to give us a in-depth review of the bow. So if you like what you see, give us a subscribe, give us a like, give us some comments, and enjoy the review. All right. Drive some bows. All of them. Pretty good. All right. Hey YouTube. So today I'm gonna do kind of a quick review of the, I don't know if you can see it very well, but the PSE Stealth Mach 1. Just a little bit of background of why I'm doing this review. Josh and I in October, we ended up working in different places of the country, so we're not in the same place at the same time. After doing our 80-pound bow build, or battle of the 80-pound bows, the honest truth is both of us didn't get to shoot all of those different bows. You saw Josh's pick from the battle of the 80-pound bows was this bow right here. And we've gotten a lot of interest, a lot of questions. He did a follow-up video on the speeds, and it's quite a performer. And I was actually interested myself, so went out and found me a bargain on this 80-pound Stealth Mach 1. So a little bit about the Mach 1. As it comes, bare bow, 3.6 pounds. I don't think you'll find, and I could be wrong about that, I'm just going off of memory, but I don't think you'll find a lighter bow out on the market. Now, Expedition Archery came out with a new material for riser and cams, and it came close, but this is still the lightest bow out there. I weighed this bow in its configuration right now, and it's 5.8 pounds. And if you remember, if you haven't seen the Battle of the 80-pound bows, go back through and look. Like I said, Josh's came in a little bit heavier at 6 pounds, but could be the difference in our setups. Anyway, this bow is 32 1/8 inch axle to axle. It has a brace height of 6 1/8 inches. IBO speeds are 336, I believe, 332 to 336, depending on what you have it set up as far as your let off. Let offs can be anywhere between 80, 85, and 90% let offs. And it comes in 50, 60, 70, and 80-pound offerings. So those are the specs. Want to talk a little bit about the fit and finish. I bought this bow in First Light Fusion, and for the past year and a half I've been kind of a solid colors guy, but I really like this camo pattern. I like the way that that it looks on this carbon bow. I'm really impressed with at first glances, I thought, well, this is way too simplistic. I was used to a different brand's carbon, and I'm really growing to like the simplistic look of this bow. There's not a whole lot to it except for the riser, and it's got just a little bit of a cutout right here, and its limbs. Characteristics about this, Josh talked a little bit about it on the Battle of the 80-pound bows, and I've been shooting a couple different PSE makes. I've been shooting the NXT 33 at 80 pounds. I've been shooting the Expedite, and it's at 70 pounds. And I really like the Evol cam system, except for one thing. I wish they had a better shim system. It makes it a little bit tough if you haven't worked with the spacers on these shim systems to tune it, to shim the cams back and forth. It can be challenging at times. Other than that, once you get this bow tuned, it seems to shoot really well. It seems to hold a tune quite well. All right, I'm gonna take a few shots here, and maybe I'll talk a little bit about its draw characteristics. Now this one I pulled just a few minutes ago. I pulled it back on the Last Chance Archery scale, and it was pulling 83.7 pounds. So it's a little bit heavier than the 80 pounds. I've got the limb bolts bottomed out, and opposed to, if you're comparing this draw cycle to the NXT or the Expedite even, I think this is a little bit harsher draw cycle. It's a little bit heavier. And I'm actually, truth be told, I'm just doing the finishing touches. I'm actually sighting this in right now with just a little bit of daylight that I have left. So draw cycle. It's a little bit stout, and there's a little bit of hump at the end, a little more so than the NXT and the Expedite. I'm not sure exactly why that is, but it's that way. Now, one thing that I prefer this bow over the Expedite and the NXT is this bow has very little vibration. And at the shot, it's got a little pop off the hand, a little jump, but nothing too extreme. And I'll take another shot here. Take a listen. It is pretty quiet. Yeah, that's putting them in there. So it's quiet. It's pretty vibration free. And like I said, when I weighed this, it was 5.8 pounds with everything that I have on it. What else can I tell you about this bow? And like I said, I'm still working with this, still sighting it in. But what I've seen so far, it's fairly accurate. It seems to hold nice and steady. What I have on it right here, I've got the Micro Hex bee stingers. I've got a 12-inch back bar and I take that back. I got a 10-inch back bar and a 15-inch front with just the regular 3 ounces, both front and back. Now I might, the way that I'm feeling it in the hand, I might add a little bit more weight to the back. But yeah, as far as being like the ultimate elk hunting bow, it's proven to be a really formidable or really top contender. One thing that I'm finding though with these bows, the finish is really nice, and it's actually got like a matte finish. But as you shoot this off of the riser, and you shoot it directly off the carbon riser, that finish, that matte finish, kind of goes away and it gets really shiny. And what that does is it makes that grip a little bit slicker. I like the thickness of this grip. It's actually really nice, and I actually don't mind the shape of the grip either on this bow. But one drawback, when it gets, like I said, when it gets, after you shoot it for a little while, it gets slippery. You lose a little bit of traction, and you end up, it feels like you end up in different spots when you go to shoot it. So I've thought about putting on some type of wrap or some type of covering just to give it a little bit of tack. I don't know if you guys out there, if you've got any ideas. Josh, if you've got ideas, I know you sent me pictures of the tennis racket wrap. That's one of my pet peeves, but I don't know. We'll see. Take another shot here. Like I said, I'm really liking the way that it's shooting. Maybe we'll walk down and see take a look at the group. But it looks like, and you can tell when you're shooting, it looks like the arrows are falling right behind where my pin is. And that's really nice. It gives you a lot of confidence when you're shooting a bow. And you can see it's a calm day. It's nice out. So let's go take a look at that group. All right. Looks like I got one kind of off to the right there, but those other ones are like I said before, just putting the finishing touches on this bow, and I'll definitely put a Bowmore nose button on it and be shooting it with that. Yeah, really impressed.
All right, there you have it. Thanks, Ken, for giving us the review. If you have any questions about the review or about the Mach 1, feel free to give us a shout out in the comments. We're happy to answer questions. Just to kind of follow up with the grip situation that Ken was talking about with that grip getting slick. He did mention the tennis racket tape. I actually didn't wrap it clear around the grip, and you can see there that I actually used some double-sided tape, and I kind of cut the tennis racket tape to fit there. And what I found with that is it didn't really change the feel of the grip, except for it gave me the traction to prevent my hand from sliding up into the throat of the grip too much. I found that same thing as Ken is when I'm at full draw in the hold, starting to execute, and my hand would start to slide up into the grip. And that's something that I personally don't want to have happen. I don't want my hand clear up in the throat of the grip too far. Anyways, if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, the notification bell, give us a like. Comments are always good, helpful to get us out there. And on that note, I just want to give a shout out to everybody that's subscribed recently. We've had quite an uptick, and it's been pretty exciting for Ken and I to watch, see the response that we're starting to get as we're getting more and more interaction with YouTubers. So thank you very much, appreciate it. Stay tuned.